Good evening and welcome to Information Please, your Peoria Public Library on the air. Bring you information about your library and your community. This evening my guest is Carla Wilkinson from Peoria Public Library, and we're going to talk about all the events coming up in November. Hi Carla.
Hi.
Well, every once in a while I have you come on because we just have so much going on at the library. This is an easy way to tell people about it more than maybe they can get from the calendar or see in the newsletter or whatever. But we have something that started in October that's coming up in our gallery. And do you want to tell us about that in case there's still time to see it?
Yes, there's still time. It's happening right now. It's our gallery exhibit. It's called Women's Work, and it features art and artifacts from the Peoria Historical Society's permanent collection. October was Arts Month, and they were focusing on women's art. So we have things like samplers, needlepoint samplers, quilts, doilies, things that you think of as crafting or utilitarian, yes, but it was an art form, and these are all old from the permanent collection, beautiful pieces. We have some paintings as well hanging on the walls, so it's a very unique exhibit and a great treasure from Peoria history. So if you have time, it'll be up until November 9th.
Great, and that's one of the nice things about our gallery is it is a place where the community can actually share things that are, you know, pertinent to Peoria itself, rather than being part of a bigger exhibit. So it's a great thing, and we should remind people too that if they have an idea for an exhibit, they should let us know, or if they have, you know, a subject or a collection or something. We have not only our big gallery but our smaller Wheeler case that's just perfect for displays.
And we try to roll those over every month and have something unique and different every single month. You know, we don't want just paintings every single month. We try to do something different and unique.
Sometimes we have science or history, you know, lots of different things, and so that's something to think about too.
Yes.
Okay. One of the things we have also coming up is another art display, and I know we weren't going to talk about this right away, but that's what came up, so we are.
Yes.
This is what follows women's work in the gallery. And what is this all about?
This will open November 15th. This is called Home for the Holidays, and it's artwork by veterans of the military. And this is art that is done as therapy or an artist who just so happens to be a veteran as well. We did this last year, was the first year, and we had a great turnout. It was a very unique and special show because we had all different types of art, and it was all very beautiful. And we also had some artifacts, some old uniforms and helmets and things like that. And we do this in conjunction with the Military Order of the Purple Heart here in Peoria, and they were a great group of guys who are very enthusiastic about the show. And that will run through the end of December. So we're calling it Home for the Holidays because it's going to be around during the holidays, but it doesn't necessarily have a holiday theme to the artwork.
Right. It's just, more the idea was that many service people get to come home for the holidays.
Yes.
And since we're leaving it up through November, December, it's a time when often families visiting, you want something to do. And so, you know, bring people down to see this and get to see some interesting things.
Yes.
And it was very well received. And I think part of that is people don't consider that soldiers necessarily are artistic. But on the other hand, you know, there's all sorts of people currently serving, have served, and art is a wonderful therapy for people, in addition just to people, the artists that became soldiers. So great opportunity to see more work by local people and enjoy it with your family, see something new. Another thing that we never run short on, and this is just one of many, is story times. And I feel like we need to remind people that we have all these story times, different ages, different times, different days of the week, and different branches.
Yes.
And so I don't know if you want to just run through a few of them.
Sure. Well, our North Branch has the Busy Bee story time, and this is for all ages. They do those on Fridays, every Friday. They do one in the morning at 10:15 and one in the afternoon at 1 o'clock. So maybe a morning or an afternoon is better for you. That's for all ages, and that's at the North Branch again. We also have the Owlet, which you see right here at the Lakeview Branch, which is Mondays and Fridays. And this is for all ages as well.
Yeah, that makes it easy. You don't have to worry about what neighbor kid you might have over that day or who you happen to be babysitting that they're not supposed to come.
Yes.
Just bring everybody.
We have other things like Tiny Tots, which is at the North and the Lakeview branch, and that's for babies, 12 to 23 months. There are differences in how you do a story time for different age groups. So this one is geared for that 12 to 23 month age, and they have activities that will engage that age more than just sitting and reading a picture book.
Right. The songs and they keep it short too.
Yes.
But they keep it ready for the developmental level.
Yes.
Why does somebody want to take a baby to story time?
Well, you can always start involving your children with socialization. It's great. Get them around other children. Also, it's never too early to learn, and these are all educational and engaging for your child, and parents enjoy it too because they can get out of the house, meet other parents, and have a good time.
Yeah, and sometimes parents learn new ways of interacting with their child at home too.
Yes.
If they're not real experienced at that, you can pick up some little songs, finger plays, whatever. So, a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have lots of other ones. We have the Tattletale story time at Lincoln, that's ages 3 to 6. Lakeview has another one, the Lakeview Lambs, ages 2 to 3. Fun Time at McClure is ages 3 to 6. Toddler Time at the main library is a little bit younger, 18 months to 2 years. So again, a specific age group, specific activities and things for that age group to engage them.
18 months to 2 years is a tricky time.
It
is. That's the no age.
Yes.
The terrific twos they're headed into. And so it's nice to have a story time that's going to handle those issues for, just right where those little ones are.
Our librarians are very patient.
Yes, they are, and they know what they're doing, many years of this. And they do love the kids. We have librarians that really, really adore them. Well, I don't know if that's all of them, but it certainly covers quite a few. Did we say Lakeview Lambs?
We did say Lakeview Lambs. I think the only one we forgot is Tadpoles at the North Branch. That's a 2 to 3 year old story time. So they're story times for all different ages, different locations, different times, different days of the week.
And most moms who have children that age are very comfortable in the electronic world, so can go to our website, look at our web calendar, or download kid events. Grandmas who may be not as comfortable, just pick up the paper kid events, and parents are welcome to do that too.
Yes.
Kid events passages have all these listed and make it easy to plan ahead, mark on your calendar when you want to come. And enjoy these, one or all of them. You can go to every branch, go to every story time if you want. Great
Absolutely.
way. Yeah. We should let people know too, for daycare providers or outside agencies, you can call and arrange story times for your group, either bringing them to the library or sometimes we're able to go out if the schedule permits. So that's another good thing to know, community service that your library will do for you.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go back to adults. In November is the NaNoWriMo month.
Yes.
I always have trouble with that one, but I know all about it. I've got friends who are writers and participate. So what is NaNoWriMo?
This is National Novel Writing Month, and the goal, and I don't know who started this, but it's been around for several years, and the goal is to write an entire book in the month of November. And it doesn't have to be a good book. It's just writing, and it's to encourage people to be writers. Anyone can be a writer. So at the Lakeview branch, they've blocked off some rooms for people to come in and write and have a nice, quiet environment to write in, and they'll be providing some hot drinks also. So on Tuesdays and Fridays, the whole month of November, they have time blocked off if you want to go in and write. We did this last year, and we had some good turnout for that. So we're hoping that it will have a good turn. Yes, take off this year as well. And that's actually ages 14 and up. So you don't have to be an adult out of high school, out of college to be a writer.
Well, there's a lot of young people who are very interested in writing.
Yes.
Have written some great things.
Yes, some who are very successful. The author of Divergent, Veronica Roth, wrote Divergent when she was still in college. So she's been...
Well, and I cannot I can see the book cover, the dragon.
Eragon, yes.
Eragon, wasn't he in high school?
He was about 14 or 15 when he wrote that book.
When he wrote Eragon, yeah, and continues to write today.
Yes.
So at age 14 is a great time to start.
Yes, yes.
So, and I do know some people who've done this several years and have, given a daily word count update on Facebook and gotten it done and actually written a book. So
yes.
And with the way publishing is today, you can e-publish that book when you get done.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what do we have for Kids Rock?
Kids Rock this month is Mary Macaroni. This is on November 2nd.
I love the names of these groups.
Yes, kids love these. It is literally what it sounds like, a rock concert for kids. So Mary Macaroni says she plays her guitar and uses magic. So that should be a pretty interesting concert. They let the kids dance around. Most artists give them some sort of thing to shake and make noise, and they have a lot of fun at these events.
Yeah, and that's of course, in the Mackenzie room, and we always leave a big space for dancing.
We do.
Yeah, so the kids can get up and move. So good break in your weekend to get them out and socialize a little and have some fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have so much going on. Back to the adults again, we have the e-reader training coming.
Yes.
It's almost that time of year when everybody gets a new e-reader as a gift.
Yes, and they're also releasing new e-readers every day. So what we're doing is at the main library, the reference staff is having e-reader training on Wednesdays, I believe. Yes, from 3 to 4:30. Okay. It's walk-in training, first come, first served basis. If you need help, you can come in on any of these days and bring your device with you.
Because they're all different.
They are, yeah.
And we need to see the actual device.
Yes, and they will sit down with you and help you learn how to use it, help you learn how to download books from our website. And then if you can't make one of these times, you can always call the reference staff and arrange an appointment. They're willing to help you anytime you need help. Okay,
that's great. And just when you watch the news, every day a new thing comes out, and often it changes how it interacts with our downloadable books. We just had that happen with iOS 7 for the Mac and the iPads and the iPhones, and for like 2 days there was an overwrite thing, and then there was, okay, now we fixed it so it just works. And it's hard to keep up with the changes, and so very helpful to be able to come in and have that kind of help. Yes. We have some film series that are actually, we host them, we don't actually do them, but we want to mention them, that are very, very popular at North Branch, and all genre film series. What are they doing in November? All genre films. This is Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock at the North Branch. They are showing the film Suspicion. I'm not quite familiar with that, but these are generally older films. This series is supposed to appeal to all types. So if you have a specific genre you like, maybe come and try this one. They have a moderated discussion as well. This is for people who like to think about movies and like to discuss them afterwards. So these are always really good movies, very well attended. And then we'll also have the classic film series, which is later in the month. The all genre is the second Monday, I believe, and then classic films is the fourth Monday, and they're showing Cat Ballou for classic films. And again, that will have a moderated discussion. Right, and great old film, which probably there's people who, if they saw it before, they haven't seen it in a while. Yes. And I know they always have snacks. They do. And it's great to see the movie up on a big screen. Oh yeah, and with the digital sound, you can really, really enjoy that. Okay, and we've got, of course, we have, in addition to film clubs, we have lots of book clubs. We do. You can find those on our websites. But for the teen crowd, we've got Catching Fire. Yes. The Hunger Games is a very popular book series, and they're now making them into films. The first film came out over a year ago, and the second film is going to come out in the theaters on November 22nd. So at the Lincoln branch, they are having Catching Fire, which is the name of the second book, and they're going to do some archery, make your own mini bow and arrows. I'm not sure what those are going to be made out of, but
In the book, archery plays a big role, so they're
Yes.
going to have some mini archery at Lincoln to get you excited about the movie, and that will be on November 15th at 4 o'clock. Great
Okay.
for teens, maybe
Yeah, age 12 and up.
older teens, people who enjoy the books.
Yeah, and they are a lot of fun. They've been very popular. More of the thing about, a dystopian world and teens conquer all, so sort of
Yes.
empowering, and that's, I think, why they're so popular. And there's a nationwide celebration of gaming coming up.
Yes, this is International Games Day at your library. And this is an American Library Association event. So it is one day out of the year when all libraries have games. So we'll have board games at every library location all day, well, not all day, on November 16th from 1 to 4. And you can just go in, grab a board game, sit down, meet some new people maybe, bring your family, and just have fun playing board games. It's kind of a lost art. I think, we don't just sit down and play board games much anymore, but they are a lot of fun.
Yeah, and this is a celebration. People wonder, well, why do you have games at the library? But that used to be something that you could check out games, and we do, in fact, have games that we play, and once a month, in fact, there's a group that's very fond of board games that has an afternoon when you can bring your own game or play the ones they have set out, and good way to meet other people who enjoy playing board games, because they are out there. If you thought you were alone, they were out there. And I think International Game Day is a great time to get a lot of people out and playing those games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then huge Illinois-wide event run by our Secretary of State, Jesse White, of course, is Family Reading Night. And what's Family Reading Night all about?
Family Reading Night is to promote reading with your family. So we have an event every year on Family Reading Night, and this year we're having the Pots and Pans, and they are a steel drum band. I believe they started at Northwestern University, and they're steel drums, but they stress that they are not specifically the beach music or the island music that you think of when you think of steel drums. They play modern songs, and they're also an educational act. They teach people about the drums and about the music, and it comes very well recommended. So we want you to come to the library with your family, check out some books, and then have fun watching the Pots and Pans. So that will be on November 21st at the North Branch from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And then the library is open till 8, so stay and browse the books and take a bunch home with you.
Yeah, go home and read until it's time for bed.
Yes.
And this might inspire, a new type of book to read, books about music, books about drums, all sorts of things that you may not have read before. So that'll be nice. And just reminding people the importance of reading and how important it is to read as a family. We do that through summer reading too, where we encourage families to read together. And so this is your fall reminder to keep reading.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should be reading all year, but we'll give you a gentle reminder.
Yeah, well, when school gets going and the kids have so much homework and parents are involved in, work projects and holiday preparations, you forget to make time for that, so that'll be good. And then music in the Mackenzie, always a favorite.
Yes, this is a popular series. We have once a month a musical act in the Mackenzie Room at the North Branch. November 24th, we're having Rachel Davis. She does folk music, so it's nice, probably acoustic, for a nice Sunday afternoon concert at the library. These are always great. We've had great turnouts.
Yeah, I have a big following, people that are coming every single month to hear whoever the latest artist is. They're always acoustic. They're always something that appeals to the whole family. And while it's not geared just for kids like our Kids Rock events are, it's still one that, is kids will enjoy as well.
If you're a music lover, you'll enjoy this.
Yeah, and I have seen people dancing in the aisles there too. Even though it's not actually meant for that, if you want to dance, go ahead.
Yes.
And then we should talk a little bit about a program that's been very, very successful. And we used to have registration only, and now we're doing walk-in because the registration thing was too complicated. But it's Library Lego Robotics.
Yes.
And what is this all about?
This is for ages 9 to 14. It's Mindstorm, Lego Mindstorm. You build something, a creature, a vehicle, something out of Legos, and they have electronic components to them. And there is a computer software program where you can control the robot, whatever you've built, your creature or your vehicle, and give them things to do. You can have it pick something up, move across the room.
Yeah, a lot of times it's for a young person to have the experience of building a working robot, programming it on the computer, and then watching it, walk across the room and pick up a ball, or walk over and knock something down, or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, and this is great for aspiring engineers. It's kids love technology, but they also love building things. So this combines both of them.
And Legos are very familiar to most kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've had a huge following for this. They now do it for 4 hours, one Saturday a month. This is going to be November 30th, the last Saturday in November, from 1 to 5. You can come in anytime at the North Branch, ages 9 to 14. Build your own robot, have fun with it. They have help, I believe, from some high school robotics clubs. So.
They do, and we thank them very much for that help, because without their help, I don't think it would be very possible to do that, because and bring the girls. People think girls don't want to do this, but bring the girls. The girls are just as good at this as anyone else is, and need to be ready to go. In addition to technology, we have like art exploration. And where does that one happen, and who's that for?
That's at Lakeview. It's ages 7 to 12. They do art projects. And you think, oh, we have crafts all the time.
Yeah.
But this is more in-depth.
Fine art.
Fine art, yes. They encourage you to wear clothing that you don't mind getting messy, because they're going to be using paint, maybe plaster of Paris. And they also try to mimic art styles of great artists.
Yeah, which is a great way to learn.
Yes, absolutely.
If you haven't studied art before, and I think, arts is one of the things that gets harder and harder to squeeze into the public school curriculum. But one of the great ways to learn is copying great artists, and that's why you see art students in museums, trying to make an exact copy, because they're learning from what someone else has already done. So great way to learn things, but it is for the whole family. So another thing, and with families, McClure Branch is doing Family Stories Month.
Yes, they are. November is Family Stories Month. And so they're inviting you on November 2nd to come in, listen to stories about families, and then create your family tree. Genealogy is very popular for older people, but kids can have fun with genealogy too. So they're doing that there. And then we have a genealogy program once a month at the North Branch Family History Club.
Yeah, that's been going on for about a year now.
It has, and it's been pretty popular. Kids can make their family tree, learn about different countries and cultures, and about what it took for your ancestors to come to the United States. And so they've been doing some very interesting things. They have little craft projects that go along with them, and then, of course, just the genealogy aspect of it as well.
Which the library is one of the great resources for free genealogy. There's a lot of things you can do online, but particularly if you're from Peoria, your deepest source is going to be in our local history room.
Absolutely.
And that room is being in use all the time. I don't know that I've ever gone down to local history and genealogy and haven't seen people using the fabulous resources that we have there. But we also have Ancestry.com, which is on a database we pay for, which is, I should point out, different somewhat than the database you pay for at home, because when you're at the library you can't create family trees and save things, but you can get everything there is, whereas if you have an account at home, there's things you can't get at home.
Right.
So you almost need both, but it's well worth the trip to come to the library. And you can bring your own computer and then get on that.
Yes.
So that if you're saving things to your computer, you can do that. as well. And of course, we can print things, and we should point out a lot of times people travel for Thanksgiving, and we should let people know that if you're coming and you wanted to come to the library and do genealogy the day after Thanksgiving, well, we're closed.
Yes.
But we're open on Saturday.
We are, yes. We're closed Thursday and Friday, but open up on Saturday.
Yeah, for the main library, the genealogy room. But the other libraries are all open on Sunday as well, and you can access the database there. So if you were planning on doing, taking a break from shopping, or grandma's in town and you wanted to nail down whatever.
Yes, because I know when I get together with my family, we start talking about ancestors and who was related to who, and then you have to go look it up.
Exactly. But they do have resources for surrounding states and actual bound volumes and things you probably can't find online. You can find easier, but the newspapers are the great resource. So so many things going on. And we also have the English as a Second Language, which is turning out to be kind of unique and popular. And this was a grassroots kind of groundswell thing.
It was,
that the folks who, for English as a second language, particularly the Hispanic population around Lincoln Branch, found out story times and resources were great. So they've started meeting and practicing their English, and they can use Mango Languages to do that too. So that's great.
It's every Monday and Thursday for an hour and a half, 6 to 7:30. So, and I've heard that there are a lot of people there. So they're asking that you call and register for a spot because they don't have room for everyone.
Yeah, well, great. We hope people will do that. Well, Carla, we're out of time, but thank you so much for taking a pause from planning things for us to come and tell us about what's coming up. And so I'm sure we'll have you back on sometime soon.
I'm sure.
Because December is right around the corner. Well, if you want to find out about any of these great events, you can get passages, you can get kid events, you can get online, walk into any library, or just give us a call. We'll see you next week on Information Please.